Welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the opening, we're in Canberra, our nation's capital, Australia, celebrating Anzac Day today with the flyover, and I am right in the centre between the War Memorial and Parliament House in a place called the National Triangle. So on the shores of Lake Burley Griffin, beautiful spot, and lots of people out celebrating our beautiful country, but recognising the sacrifices that our servicemen and women made for this fantastic country that we live in. The day before we painted this session, Paul Drought and myself, we went to the Australian War Memorial just to get an appreciation of, well, I haven't been there since I was in primary school, so that's many years ago, but we just really wanted to pay our respects because we were here on this special day. So we went to the War Memorial, and we were also really looking forward to admiring the fabulous artwork collection that is in the War Memorial on permanent display, really. And I can thoroughly recommend, if you do get a chance to get to Canberra, to get to the War Memorial, because there are some incredible pieces of artwork. George Lambert, World War I painter, some of the landings of Gallipoli, incredible piece, as well as Arthur Streeton's works. The Somme Valley is just amazing, very moving, and the renovation that they've made with all the massive aircraft inside the new wing there. I'm not sure how long it's been open for, but that is absolutely spectacular and worth visiting. Now, why am I painting this scene? I love some good perspective for a start. I love focal points, and one of my other challenges that I love about painting outdoors is painting figures. So I am always determined, if there's a chance to paint figures, that I actually really embrace that challenge. And this day was definitely worthwhile giving it a crack. I never know how it's really going to turn out, but I just thought I would really get the flags, lots of the flags, people, movement, sunlight, perspective, all in this scene. Challenging scene, no doubt about it. But I really accepted the challenge, if you like. So painting figures is, as you can see here, I do. It's not an afterthought. I have absolutely given it some structural and compositional thought when I've started putting the figures in. I don't wait till the end, for example. I don't put the scene in and then add the figures. I've actually conceived in my mind how I would like the figures to work within the scene as I've set it up, and you'll see that when I sketched in the sketching of my darks, that I really made that count. And then it's a case of layering up and incorporating the figures in their layers and how they interact with the scene behind. So in some cases I'm still working it out, because it can be very tricky to keep the form of the figures and get them to stand out still in with the background of choice and how they interact with the scene around them. And you've just kind of got to trust the process. The more and more I do figures, the more I've just got to let it go at the start and go, hey, it's going to work out. Not to panic early that they're a disaster, and just trust the process. So there's elements of this scene that I'm really trying to pull in. Obviously, I'm keeping the perspective of the figures, but also these flags out of the multi-nations flags that are in this forecourt. Several of the painters came up to me. I'm here at the Plein Air Festival, Capital Plein Air, so a lot of the painters were apparently scared to do these flags and incorporate them into their works. Whereas I found it's a perfect opportunity to do light and colour and extended colour choices, bright, more primary saturated colour in these flag types. So you can see I've done backgrounds very randomly. I am picking colours out from the flags that I am seeing, but I'm certainly not being really specific about the exact flags. I have no intention to paint exact flags. Of those who've watched my channel, that I don't do. I'm not a realist painter. I'm looking for that impression of the scene and the feel of the day. So hopefully you can see the atmospheric perspective of the trees now, the distant trees, but also I'm applying that atmospheric perspective to the flags as well. So killing those yellow colours with the complementary purple to push those into the distance. The same with oranges, blues, reds, greens that are in those flags. It's actually a really cool little part of the piece, the flags. I really enjoyed putting those together. So the other component obviously is finishing off these figures. So I'm putting in the backgrounds there, which is the grass sort of forecourt part of the flag zone, but then you'll see I move into now back into the final kind of layers of the figures themselves, tidying up some of this background work. It's a process of just layering in where I'm working at the time, not getting too hung up with different things, but then grabbing specific, more saturated colours for some of the clothing of these figures. And you can see I'm just about to go over that and start adding some personality. What I also find easier with the figures is cutting in, using the background colours to cut in to the figure to give it more shape and energy. So it's an interaction of the foreground figure and the background to solidify the shape of the figure, if you like. So you can see I've skipped ahead a little bit there, but gives you an indication of how that has come together. So yeah, really enjoyed this piece. This is the National Triangle in Canberra, and I really want to thank you for watching once again, and I'd love you to like and subscribe if you like this channel. I'd love your support.